goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we are out of the gate for September with a very special GMC sales offer. We must move out all new GMC truck inventory fast. So right now at Koppel, we are offering true GM supplier pricing for everyone. Yes, you heard right. True GM supplier pricing on all GMC Sierras. That's over $12,000 off on select models. That's GM supplier pricing, $12,000 off on Sierras. Do not wait. Stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
Welcome into the locker room, the most sacred of spaces in sports. Talking you through the behind-the-scenes conversations that happen behind closed doors. With former Nebraska football tight end Chancellor Brewington.
Chancellor Brewington, the 6-year senior tight end, finding his way into the end zone.
And former South Dakota State running back and Nebraska football assistant Mikey Daniel.
Hand off to Daniel inside the 2 to the 1, and he powers his way into the end zone for a South Dakota State touchdown.
This is The Locker Room, brought to you by F Foundation Repair. Here are your hosts, Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel.
Good a special treat for you guys. That is right. This is the Locker Room here on 93.7 The Ticket, 2-hour edition here with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey. Daniel, guys, I'll send it over to you.
Man, it's Friday, bro.
Man,
it's Friday. We got the first road game coming up.
fast week.
Fast week. How
Quick
you feeling?
turnaround. Quick
How
turnaround.
you feeling? It's Friday. How you feeling?
Me personally, I'm feeling great. I had a great morning routine, and I'm in the building for a 2-hour show today.
Oh,
Come on.
Are you a routine guy?
I am. I try to establish the same thing every day. And when I change it, like I like to experiment. Like, okay, I didn't like that, but yeah, for me right now, it's really the same thing. I try to be as simple as they come.
Simplicity. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Keep the main thing the main thing.
Come on now.
It's Friday, so I always got to start us off with a quote card.
Let's do it.
Titled Responsibility.
Woo.
You can just imagine where I'm going with this one. I shall shape my future. Whether I fail or succeed shall be no man's doing but my own. I am the force. I can clear any obstacle before me, or I can be lost in the maze. My choice, my responsibility. Win or lose, only I hold the key to my destiny. Man.
Oh my gosh, that's how we start, Mike.
It's Friday.
Philosophical
Friday.
All right.
Philosophical Friday.
Let's do it then. Let's do it.
How you feel about responsibility?
Yeah, responsibility. I think Jim Rohn, a great quote to add on to that. He says, take guard at the gate of your mind. And by doing that, you're taking responsibility for your thoughts, which produce your actions, which produce your behavior, which produce the quality of your life, right? So I think it starts with and we like to talk about the Bible and the Word of God on here. We're not ashamed of it. And I think, and one thing I love to do, if you ever see, and this is my interpretation, so you can take it, reject it, or receive it. But anytime you see the word enemy in there, sometimes you can replace it with yourself.
Yeah. Ooh. Uh-oh. Philosophical Friday. Go ahead, elaborate.
So anytime you see, the enemy, will steal, kill, and destroy.
Yeah.
You can also replace it with you, because you can be your own devil at times.
Yeah.
It all starts up here. It all starts with the mind. As a man thinketh, so is he.
Go ahead.
So if we continue to control our thoughts, I know I'm getting a little left field, but we continue to control our thoughts and continue to be intentional on what we create in our mind, because we can't create our present moment. You can't create your present moment. You're living in what's already been created.
Yeah, there you go.
All you can create is your future.
Right.
And that takes an ownership and a responsibility, like the quote card said.
Well, the Bible tells us that people ruin their lives and blame God. Right. No responsibility. We have because you said you can replace the enemy for yourself. Right. He's not saying the devil ruins people's lives and then they blame God. He said no people. That means Chancellor ruined his life and now going to go ahead and tell God, hey, why this happened?
Right.
Aside from the philosophical view of responsibility, I love it. I'm always good to talk about the Word of God. We'll never be ashamed. We'll never shy away from that. That is what we are. So moving into more of a fleshly talk, responsibility. It says, I control my destiny. Does Nebraska, do we control our destiny? If we talk about the grand scheme of college football playoffs, we talk about the Big Ten, do we control our destiny, or does somebody else hold that key right now after we just come off a loss?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think we control it. I think we create what's going to happen in Purdue, and it's already been created. Actually, it's probably too late Friday to create the production of a good game on Saturday. It's too late for that. So I think it's already been created. I think we hold the key. Specifically, I think it starts with this defense, and we'll get into that. But no, I think for everything that Nebraska football wants to do, Coach Rule and company, whatever they want to do, they can do it. They can do it. I mean, yeah, you got Ohio State. I don't think SC is, as good as, the ranking of 11 or 13. I think they'll probably drop a few games. So everything in front of them, I mean, is accomplishable, whatever their goals are. And I think that's the thing, if the one loss freaks you out, and it quote unquote humbles you.
Right.
Was that Nipsey said never let a hard time humble us.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, we took a loss. Okay. We're not gonna go up into a shell. Right. So I think, they have the keys, everything they want. They can have it. It's just they're gonna have to let them hang.
This the 19-year-old's first road game.
Yeah, it is.
This is Dylan's first road game, and it's a Big Ten game.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah,
it means a lot, and I think starting him off with Purdue is kind of like a divine, like it's kind of divine in a way because like it's a little ease into what's to come.
right.
And I think then you go to Indiana, a little better environment, right? And then I believe the next road game, I think it's Ohio State, I believe.
You borderline pulling to me right now. In terms of you kind of getting disrespectful, and I appreciate it. Because like you said, he gonna ease in with Purdue. So you low key pulling a Mikey right now. You kind of getting disrespectful, and I love it.
I am getting disrespectful.
Yeah, okay. I want to you was kind of nonchalant about it, but I picked it up.
See, I just breezed right past Purdue.
Yeah, you sure did.
Because last night on What's Brewing, I was ranking the Big Ten opponents, right? And so I'm like, okay, let's go elite, good, average, bad, and very bad. Since there's 18 teams, right? And so I put Purdue in the very bad.
Ooh. Why? What have you seen that tells you that?
300 rushing yards.
Yeah.
2 games in a row.
Yeah.
Notre Dame and Oregon State, an Oregon State team that's all right.
All right.
They all right. Explosive back. Back. Real,
quarterback can run.
Yeah, quarterback can run. Got some real dynamic skill players, but talent-wise, Nebraska washes Oregon State, right?
Yeah.
Just top to bottom. And I don't think Purdue's a good football team by no means.
No.
They threw the ball for 50 yards, ran the ball for 200 yards. That's not going to work in the Big Ten. So, there's a lot of question marks there. But, I mean, what better environment for a freshman quarterback to go into to start off his collegiate career at first away game?
Here's another thing. It's an 11 a.m. game.
Yeah.
So getting ready for a 6 a.m. game or 6 p.m. game in front of 90,400 consecutive sellouts, that's significantly different than going into Purdue and playing at 11. That's a big difference. And let's speak on that because it's different. It's not, they're playing at 11. It's like, no, this is the first time they've seen the lights during the game time.
Yeah. So the last 4 games we've had 6:30 and 7 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah.
And as you know, the wake up calls for those are, around 8 to 9 p.m. Not 9 a.m. Right? You go get breakfast, you do a little amp, whatever, get the body moving, walk through all that stuff. But now that you have 11 a.m. kickoff, the wake up call around 5:36, right? So things get sped up. And like you talk about 90,000, you don't have that juice getting into Purdue, right?
You got to create it.
Yeah. And especially, I don't know if you've ever been to Purdue, but it's more so. It's not really like a college. It's not like a Big Ten stadium.
Right.
It's almost like a big high school stadium. And so like the fans are far away. The field is, grass with a bunch of potholes. Like it's not the best environment. So Nebraska is going to have to be super intentional getting on the plane, in their warm-ups, in the locker room, like creating energy.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's one thing Coach Rule is really good at in that staff. He said this last year. We went to Illinois. We got to create our own juice. And they stood 10 toes on that. Now that's going to show in Champaign. I've never been to Purdue, but Champaign last year, I mean, they had a better environment from what it sounds like they'll have tomorrow in terms of electricity, And so I think it's big, right? This is a trap game. This is one of those ones that we're breezing over them because we're getting disrespectful on the show towards the opponent. And that's what we do because, I mean, we're going to just talk how we see it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is a trap game again. Kind of like UNI to me was. We passed that trap, right? We got through it. But at the end of the day, this is a trap game to me because it's significantly different waking up at 6 a.m. and getting ready to play a football game at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Your first road game for the young kid, for the young man, and you're bouncing back off of a loss. So there's a lot of things that I'm anxious to see tomorrow morning,
Yeah, you can get sucked in with the film too.
Yeah.
Like you can get sucked in, and they have I believe his name is something Jenkins, number 4 from last year. He played defensive end, and now he's playing linebacker, and he's not a linebacker. He's a DN through and through. He's going to play DN at the next level, or some type of 4-3 outside backer. Like he's not a middle linebacker. He can't move sideline to sideline. So when you watch the film, you kind of can get sucked in like, man, this team terrible. And like you're talking about, like this could be a trap game in the sense of you see so many open things on film and think it's going to be a breeze. And you just have to be intentional, like I'm talking about, and just come out and punch them in the mouth. Like the way you should have came out against Illinois. Obviously, Illinois is behind us, but take the fact and say, okay, We didn't do that. Now we got to come out and really punch this team in the mouth in all phases.
This is a snapback. It's a trap game, but a snap game. They need to blow them out the waters.
Oh, yeah.
Start to finish. Like, there can't be, like, the Cowboys, they can play one half of football. We've been showing that, too.
Yeah.
You know, we are only as good enough to play one half right now. And I don't like it, right? Tomorrow is a test, and tomorrow we have to show, hey, we can play 4 quarters. And not only that, but we have to begin to separate ourselves again.
Yeah, because people are getting comfortable now saying, man, I heard it everywhere now. You know, I personally, going into the season, I had 9-3. I had 9-3. I thought we were going to drop the Illinois game. I thought we were going to drop the SC game. No, I thought we were going to drop SC, Ohio State, and maybe like an Iowa game. So I traded for the Iowa for the Illinois, right? And it's funny, I still have 9-3, right? Now I see people, you know, that had 10-2, that had 8-4. Now all of a sudden they're like, yeah, you know, I'm just happy with 6-6.
Right.
Now, you know, we'll be lucky if we go 5-7.
Right.
Off of one game.
And
I'm like, oh, so that's a reflection on how you live your life.
Yeah. And it's not like it was like Illinois is a top 25 team. That's a good team over there. Right. They have 2 NFL running backs. The quarterback is slinging a little bit. Like, it's not a bad team by any means.
They're gonna end top 25.
Yeah.
And they might. Should I say it, Mike? Should I say it?
Go ahead.
They're gonna give Michigan a run for their money.
Yeah. Yeah, they will.
They will. And I think if Illinois wins, I won't be like as surprised as everyone else.
No.
Because first of all, Michigan threw for 30 yards against SC.
And won a football game.
That should be illegal. You should automatically lose the game if you throw for 30 yards. It should be an automatic L, Bach.
I can't even wrap my head around that one, Bach.
30 yards. That's two 15-yard throws.
Man. I seen CeeDee Lamb go for like 60 yards in one play last night. Couldn't even get one. This is Michigan.
Put me at quarterback. I could throw for more than 30 yards.
Right.
In any atmosphere.
I'm a run the ball guy, but I mean that's still less. That's not enough yards passing in the air. But they did get the job done. So we'll see. We got plenty more Big Ten preview, Husker preview against Purdue coming up on a 2-hour edition of The Locker Room on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a 1-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. Experience a cleaner tomorrow with Niederhaus Refuse. Whether it's weekly residential pickups, large-scale commercial disposals, recycling, or roll-off, Niederhaus's team is here with reliable, efficient service and the most advanced solutions. Discover the difference that a committed and experienced waste management company can make. Niederhaus Refuse has been in business for over 100 years and is family-owned and operated since 1921. Call Niederhaus Refuse at 402-475-8361 and visit their website at nbrefuselincoln.com to learn more or sign up for your service today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine and light winds. An afternoon high expected around 84. Tonight, mostly clear skies with calm winds, a low around 57. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return and sunny light winds. We'll see an afternoon high around 87. I'm meteorologist Kyle Buck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. As you gear up for game day this season, don't forget the MVP in your life. Whether it's a ruby bracelet to show off her team spirit or a timeless Heartland diamond that shines from across the room, we've got the perfect play. Our experts at Sartor Heyman are here to help you make the winning move. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
cozy sports bar and grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
It's all fun and games until you're stuck with bad internet. So why leave your connection up to chance? Fiber is fast and keeps you on track with reliable service from real people. Because with bad internet, buffering, hidden fees, and random robots can feel like start, stop, wait, start, no wait, stop, or just switch to Fiber and break free from misery. Visit allofiber.com/break free to get started with Fiber today.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place for English Premier League soccer. On Saturday, Newcastle takes on Man City at 6:30 a.m., followed by Chelsea playing Brighton at 9 a.m. Then to end the action on Saturday, Liverpool will take on Wolves at 11:30 a.m. On Sunday, Aston Villa plays Ipswich Town at 8 a.m., followed by Man United playing Tottenham at 10:30 a.m. You can catch all these matches and more at the McKinney's Irish Pub, your headquarters in Lincoln for English Premier League soccer at 8th and P.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call Liberty Law at 877-42-LIBERTY. Advocates you need, trial attorneys you can trust. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basements? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
How come we got such a problem now in this era of finding a kicker? Man, you better get a kicker because they are responsible for 3 points.
So Alex Henry's your number one all-time good point scorer.
What is he?
397 as
And
a
he
kicker.
is a
Kicker.
Thank you. Who's second?
Chris Brown, 388 points.
And he's a what?
He's a kicker.
Uh-huh. Who's third?
Eric Crouch.
Oh, a quarterback.
Heisman Trophy winner.
Perfect. Who's fourth?
Drew Brown.
Oh, another what?
Kicker.
Oh, my goodness. Who's fifth?
Josh Brown.
Wait a minute. Is that a kicker?
That's a kicker.
You got to be kidding me.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel. Brought to you by F Foundation Repair on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back again. This is The Locker Room here on 93.7 The Ticket. Adam Carricker out today, so we get 2 hours of The Locker Room right here. Let's go ahead and dive into some more football talk on The Locker Room with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel.
You heard the commercial, man. If you have any foundational issues, any concrete issues that you need to be looked at, make sure you go over to WeFixBasements.com. Give Ep a call. They'll come out, take a look, give you a free estimate, and let you know what's going on with your foundation. Chancellor, I got a question. Who is going to be the first NFL coach fired this season?
Oh, my God.
And I'm bringing this up because last night's game was kind of weird to say the least. Who's it gonna be?
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think of programs that aren't holding up to the standard.
Okay, Bengals are 0-3.
Yeah, definitely. That was
Jaguars
the
0-3.
first one that Jaguars. They got pieces though. That's what is confusing. That Jaguars team.
And the Titans also 0-3.
They just got a new coach though.
What that mean?
And we've seen that. We've seen
What
that.
that mean?
We've seen that. Yeah, I don't know. Are you depending? I would say depending midway through. We talked about it. The 8-week margin. I think we got to maybe examine Zach Taylor with the Bengals.
I think he's the worst starting coach in like the history. Pretty like they always start bad.
Okay,
and then they just make a run.
What about? Well, I know the Broncos got it done against Tampa Bay, but let's say that's the only win, or they win a couple more games. The Broncos. Do we like Sean Payton over there?
I think they do. I think
that's a long-term thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he has a minute, and because he has a rookie quarterback right now, them other teams we talking about don't have a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
And so they've been bad.
Maybe Doug Peterson with the Jaguars.
He's on the block.
He might be on the chopping block for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm high on is D'Amico Ryans.
Love D'Amico.
Hey, come on now.
He's snapping. You know who else is really balling too? And I didn't love the pickup, but he's making me a believer is McDonald over there in Seattle. He was the Ravens defensive coordinator a year ago. And he has them at 3-0 right now.
Yeah, I think people need to give Geno Smith some more credit.
Yeah.
He's playing good football the past, I would say, 3 years. He's been playing really good football.
One of my best friends is a receiver for the Seahawks. And so he actually just plugged my family with tickets. I'm not even there. And he plugged my family with club seats and stuff to the game against the Dolphins this last weekend. And I talked to him and I said, bro, what you think about Geno? Like, keep it a buck. How is he? He said, and he started with the Chiefs originally. Then he was with the Steelers for maybe 2 years. And now he's with Seattle. And so I'm talking about the receiver.
Okay.
And I won't name any names, but he said Geno, aside from 1-5, is the best quarterback he ever been around. Like he's saying Geno is really like that.
What was the second stop you said?
Pittsburgh. He went to Michigan State originally in college. He said that he is the best quarterback he's been around. He said he's really the guy.
Wow.
And I was like, nah, not Geno. I wanted to debunk it. He's like, nah, he really liked that. So, I mean, I think you're right. I think we died. And I mean, he was a high draft pick. Like he was balling out of West Virginia. But it's and this is what people don't get. It's like they look at Bryce Young right now. People don't understand that scheme, fit, all that stuff is imperative. If you look at Sam Darnold, he has the Vikings at 3-0. Terrible with the Jets. Terrible with Carolina. And then he went to San Francisco last year. And when Purdy was out, he was balling.
Right.
Now he goes over to Minnesota balling.
What do you think about Antonio Pierce?
I'm up and down on him.
Me too.
I'm up and down on him. I think he's a great coach. I don't think he has the pieces to be successful over there.
Do you think they're going to charge that against him?
You can't, but they have to.
Yeah. Somebody got to take
somebody's got to take somebody's got to be the head, right? And I mean, he has Gardner Minshew at quarterback. Like that's on the GMs. That's on the scouting department.
Yeah.
That ain't on him.
Yeah. Okay, last night we got Cowboys 20, New York Giants 15. Cowboys get it done. The frustrating part is, you pay Daniel Jones all this money if you're the Giants, and you almost have to stick with him, right? And he's shown week in and week out on a consistent basis. I mean, consistency either way, good or bad. He's been showing consistently bad play. And I would say actually last night was probably one of his better games.
Yeah.
Just looking at the stats, I mean, he throws for just under 75%. Still an interception. Take some stacks, but if you're the Giants, when is it time to say, okay, we made a bad investment? We need to go out and get someone because we got a stud, an absolute stud in Malik Neighbors, generational talent.
4 years ago. They missed the ball completely on this one, big fella. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even close.
Yeah.
There's never a time I look at him, I'm like, man, I wish that was my quarterback.
Oh,
Like,
no. Oh, never.
you know, there's
never.
and yeah, Malik Neighbors is balling, bro. And you know who else looks really good too?
Wandale?
Yep.
Yeah.
Really good. I picked him up on fantasy and I threw him in last night.
There you go.
A smooth 18 points.
Got you a little
Quick.
11 receptions, 71 yards.
Yes, sir. I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling him. Some tell me he's gonna have one of them games.
Oh, yeah.
tonight.
GBR, baby.
Yeah, exactly right. And so that's another team, like, okay, we're gonna look dumb, but you got to get over that. Because do you want to continue to look dumb by the investment you made, or do you want to right the wrong and you go get somebody that can actually win some games?
Yeah. And I think depending on, where they're sitting in the draft this next year, if they have a first round pick, I'm assuming they probably have something. They have, I don't see any big trades in the past, 2 years. I would expect that they have some type of first round pick, and I would love for them to go get a quarterback.
You have to.
You have to.
If
you don't, you have to trade for someone.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna take Daniel Jones. I'm sorry.
But also, who is there even to trade for? You know what I mean? So
yeah, the market for quarterbacks it's not a great market right now.
Like we just talked about the Dolphins going to sign somebody,
Yeah,
right?
and
Like,
we're talking about Jameis Winston is probably the best bet.
somebody said Adrian Martinez.
Oh yeah,
And y'all was really feeling that one, which is even
I
crazier.
had to just cause Adrian my dog, man.
Right, but it's still a business.
Yeah, it's still a 1000% business.
Right, we're not. Yeah,
They ain't gonna throw all their money on.
It's not their dog.
Yeah, it ain't they dog. It ain't they dog. I know that's right.
You know, I'm telling you, man. The Cowboys too. Jerry Jones needs to get missing. Like, he need to chill.
Oh wow,
he be doing way too much.
Yeah,
they will never win with him trying to be the coach, the GM, the quarterback coach, the running back coach. He's trying to play every position.
Mm-hmm.
He will never win.
He's trying to control everything. You gotta let the team be the team. Let the GM be the GM. Let the coaches coach. If you're the head coach, let the coach coach. Position coach, let the coaches coach. Like you gotta let the pieces fall where they may, and trust and delegate authority to and power over to your coaches and your GM.
Another thing that's sticking out to me around the NFL, Justin Fields is 3-0.
Nobody's talking about this.
Yeah, because they was all talking reckless about him all off season.
They sure was, and I wasn't too high on him. I'll be honest. I'll stand up on the podium and say, hey, I was wrong. I don't know if I was wrong, actually. We'll see. We still got some more games left. They got the Colts, which should be a good dub for them, and then they got the Cowboys, and then the Raiders. They really got I wouldn't say a cakewalk schedule to start off because it's the NFL, but I think it's encouraging. I mean, I'm gonna read off the schedule. I would assume that they rank their first 8 games in the bottom tier of hard opponents. They got the Colts, Cowboys, Raiders, Jets, Giants, and then Commanders for their halfway mark. So you might.
I'm not gonna let y'all discredit him. Man.
I'm just saying they might mess around and be one of the top teams in the NFL just off the schedule.
And their defense is elite
defense with decent quarterback play.
What you think, Bob?
I'm impressed. I think I would include myself in the group that was surprised to see this happening. But yeah, I mean, I gotta believe it. I mean, 3-0 is a pretty good start. You never know this long into his numbers aren't fantastic. So I think a lot of it is that defense. But that's 500 ball at least over there in Pittsburgh, as we know under Tomlin. So
yeah,
off to a good start.
They need a receiver as well. They got George Pickens, but they need somebody to supplement him.
Yeah,
right.
I think the next receiver you got Calvin Austin.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you could go get somebody.
I've heard some talk about going to get DeAndre Hopkins.
I was just gonna say D-Hop.
Yeah,
because I know he's not happy in Tennessee.
I've heard that people are really gonna try to push for CD Lamb.
Okay, that's a big gun.
Throw it.
That's a big gun.
I would throw a lot to go get CD Lamb if I was them.
Yeah, I would love that.
He's not happy in Dallas.
What about this? What about a T. Higgins?
I don't hate that, but I need somebody that those two Like they both need a guy.
Yeah.
Like Jamar Chase.
So you want the Steelers to go get a guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to. You have to sell out, go get somebody. Like even Tyreek Hill, like he's not gonna be.
My goodness.
Because think about this.
That would be nasty.
He dealing with a less than ideal situation down in Miami.
He just gonna flip the switch right there.
You got to.
Yeah.
He don't have much time.
Yeah, he don't got much time.
He's not gonna be this fast for effort.
He's thinking ring mentality.
Yeah. Let's see.
Interesting discussion there along the NFL. We got plenty more football talk coming up here on the Locker Room on 93.7 The Ticket. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Greens at 402-467-4444 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-4444.
Hey, it's Jake Sorensen. Join us this Tuesday, October 1st from 6 to 8 a.m. when The Break meets The Bird. That's right, early break at Early Bird, 19th and K from 6 to 8 a.m. Stop by, see myself, Steve Sipple, and Bill Bush for live remote and the best breakfast in town with free parking. Early Bird, 19th and K on Tuesday, October 1st. We'll see you there.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we are out of the gate for September with a very special GMC sales offer. We must move out all new GMC truck inventory fast. So right now at Koppel, we are offering true GM supplier pricing for everyone. Yes, you heard right. True GM supplier pricing on all GMC Sierras. That's over $12,000 off on select models. That's GM supplier pricing, $12,000 off on Sierras. Do not wait. Stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Landmark Implement helps you put dirt in its place with increased accuracy and greater speed thanks to the John Deere Smart Grade. This fully integrated 3D grade control system boosts job site productivity and reduces labor costs with fewer passes and less wasted material, meaning more bids won and higher margins. No masts, no cables, just clear views of the job site. Visit your local Landmark Implement today and discover the profit-boosting power of the Smart Grade and experience the Landmark difference.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel. Brought to you by App Foundation Repair on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the locker room here on 93.7 The Ticket. Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel have been talking about some football going so far. We've got another hour after this one, so don't go anywhere. But our final segment for this first hour, guys, I'll send it over to you.
You know, I'm going to be out for that second hour, but Chancellor and Bach going to be holding it down. So I know we usually end with our picks. So we'll do it at the end of this first hour-long session and then move on from there. But some of the things I want to look at as we move into the weekend, there's a lot going on this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of moving parts. I first want to start by, okay, Nebraska's favored by 10 at Purdue,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't want to talk about the pick on it yet, but I'm saying if they win, as they should, and they cover handily as they should, do they jump back into the top 25?
Maybe one more week. I would say probably one more week. Because I think I've seen like the polls. I think they're sitting around 35.
Oh.
So a jump there, it might put them at 25. It might. I don't know. Because Purdue, I would say in the ranking system, Purdue probably doesn't have a bunch of points.
Right.
But you never know what's going to happen because we are creeping into week 5.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of top 25 teams are playing each other.
Right.
And this is really upset week.
Okay.
So.
Got you. I think that it'll be close.
Yeah.
All right. I think that they do jump back in, but and I'll get to why as we move into these picks and these other games that I see. So tonight we got a big one, man. We got Washington and Rutgers.
Yeah.
They're both 3-0.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, my bad. Washington lost to Washington State.
Yeah, they're 3-1. I'm tough. Okay, they got Rutgers as a 1.5 favorite, so it's pretty even, right? You know, Rutgers. One thing about Rutgers, they're running the football at an extremely high level. Their running back almost has 500 yards. So I would expect Rutgers to pull away from this one,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's going to be close. Where's it at?
I think it's in Seattle.
It's in Seattle, or no? It's at
Is that Rutgers?
At Rutgers is a
Okay.
night game. Hey, I'll tell you what, Rutgers night atmosphere is not too bad. It's not too bad. They got a
Really?
little DJ going on. It's pretty loud there.
Okay.
I would like Rutgers to pull away. I think it's gonna be within a score though.
Okay.
What you got?
I think I like Washington to go into Rutgers. And this will be a big test to see, okay, this is an addition from the pack, right? They just come off of a national championship run. They lost, obviously, in that, but they still went. I don't know if I like their running back. I'm not big on him, but I like him. So we'll see. But I like Washington to go over there and get it done.
I like that.
Okay. Powerhouse. We got number 2 Georgia at Alabama.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be everything.
Alabama is underdogs for the first time at home in 90 games. 2.5 or 2. I see 2 here.
I got Bama by, I think it's gonna be a last possession game.
Yeah.
I got Bama pulling away.
Like 3.
Yeah. I say, maybe they, field goal, with 30 seconds left type thing.
I think Jalen Milroe kind of snaps tomorrow. I really do. This is why I think Nebraska goes back in the top 25. You have number 19 Illinois at number 9 Penn State. The disrespect to Illinois, they have them at 17.5 point underdogs. Is that correct? Wow. What you think there?
I'm conflicted because they look good.
Right.
You're going into a wild environment, night game, correct? I believe, right?
I think.
Yeah, going into a wild environment. I don't know. I'll hear it off yours. I'll hear it off yours first.
I think they absolutely covered the 17.5 point favorite underdog Illinois does. Ain't no way. Ain't no way they're gonna go in there and lose by 18 points.
Yeah, I don't see that.
I'll give you 7 to 10. To me, Penn State doesn't look like, they don't look like it. Ain't no way.
Yeah, so when we talk about the elite teams of the Big Ten, Penn State possibly has an opportunity to, I would say, depending kind of on how they handle this type of game, because Penn State has been, just blowing teams out the water up to this point. Depending on how they play, a top 25 team and a decent offense, a decent defense, well-rounded special teams, a decent team at Illinois. I don't think it gets to, I'm seeing a, negative. They got a 17-point spread, 19-point spread. I don't think they cover that. I think it's probably going to be within like a 10-point game.
Yeah.
If they get it done.
15 Louisville at 16 Notre Dame. Notre Dame 6.5 point favorites.
Okay. My dog is my high school quarterback is the quarterback of Louisville.
Oh.
So I'm super biased. Louisville played a really good game against Georgia Tech. Dominant performance. Made Georgia Tech look like they were not very good.
Right.
I would think, and I don't know how Notre Dame is really. I really don't know what type of team Notre Dame is. We still have to find out. I think Louisville has a really good defense, good offense. I think Louisville gets it done.
Yeah. So they covered the 6.5 by far. Then you taking the money line.
Yeah.
We're not talking bets. You taking them to win though.
Yeah.
All right, bet. One more before we get into Nebraska, Purdue. Oklahoma State at Kansas State. This is a big one.
And K-State just got blown out by BYU.
I think so.
Last week.
They both coming off a loss.
Yeah, K-State got blown out by BYU. And remember, I picked BYU.
Yeah,
I did,
which was crazy.
Yeah, well, it probably now BYU's a top 25 team, but I don't know. I think Oklahoma State gets it done. I think that Oklahoma State is it at
it's in Manhattan. I got K-State.
Okay. I'll take the bad guys. I'll take Oklahoma State.
Okay. Let's get into it. Nebraska at Purdue, 11 a.m. tomorrow night. What can we see? What do we expect? What's the outcome?
I got the same score from last week, 31-13.
I think it might. Okay.
I think it's going to be a blowout.
But on the running backs, on the quarterback, on what all the above, what does it look like? How do we get those 31?
Yeah, I think defense gets a score.
Oh,
yeah,
I would like that.
I think defense gets a score. I think defense has a statement game. I think the 13 kind of comes from like some late game stuff. But I think it's a dominant performance. I think it's like, we're looking at like a 24-7 at halftime. And I think the defense will take pride in this challenge, and that they're going to show that the last 2 weeks were a fluke, and that they're a disciplined defense, and that, whatever they gets thrown at them, because I'm sure Purdue's going to, try to mess with their heads with a lot of, motions and stuff like that, things that they didn't correct against Illinois. So I think defense holds it down, but I think running backs on the offensive side take over this game.
I like 35-10.
We're right around there.
Yeah. And I know we kind of alluded to this in Illinois, and we both missed the ball with that one, but I really like 35-10 here. I think they bounce back. I think they're rolling on all cylinders this week. I think we begin to establish a rhythm in the running back room. I hope so. And I think that the receivers in 1-5 are kind of delivering on all cylinders as well.
Okay, I got a scenario for you.
Okay. Ooh.
I got a scenario. So put yourself in Coach Rule's shoes. You got let's go at the end of second half. Or let's go let's go first quarter, first drive. They drive down, we get ball. They drive down. It's fourth and 2, right? 4th and 2. We'll run the football pretty good. It's okay, 4th and 3. Fourth and 4. It's 4th and 4. We're on the 32-yard line. Left hash, right? Same place we missed last week. What do you do?
Going for it. I'm always going for it, dude. Whenever I play Madden, NCAA, I go for it. What's his name? What's the head coach for the Lions? What's his name?
Dan Campbell?
Yeah, I'm him.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I love how he goes for it. I want the ball in my best player's hands at all times.
And who's your best player?
1-5. Yeah. And what he does with it is what he does with it.
I like it.
It's 1-5.
I like it.
Put
it in his hands.
Yeah, no question.
You don't leave it for a single man route for that man to win. No, you let Dylan make the decision.
Yeah, let him play the game.
Yeah.
And I want the ball in his box. 35-10. What we both got Nebraska winning by a big margin. How you feel? What you thinking?
Don't come in here BSing now, bro.
Yeah. I put it on you and Rico for last week, by the way. I forgot to tell you that.
No, I put on Rico, Jake Sorensen, and all them boys.
Talking about 17. They were going to score 17. I was disrespectful, and then they did. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a bounce back week for Nebraska. I do think that they can. I mean, they've got to be able. My big concern, or I wouldn't say concern, but focus, I suppose, is on the ground game this week. If they can't get that going, if you can't get a 100-yard rusher, if you can't kind of, bully this Purdue team, I don't know how you're going to bully anybody else in the Big Ten. So I hope to see that. And you know what? I'll go with a big explosive offensive day. Let's go with 42 to 13.
I like that.
Oh my, yeah.
I like that a lot. 42.
Yeah, let's trademark that. I like that. 42-13. You heard it here first.
All right, I think that'll wrap it up for Mikey. Mikey, thanks for joining us on today's show. But we've got plenty more on the Locker Room coming up. Another hour of the Locker Room here on 93.7 The Ticket after this.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
The McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place for English Premier League soccer. On Saturday, Newcastle takes on Man City at 6:30 a.m., followed by Chelsea playing Brighton at 9 a.m. Then to end the action on Saturday, Liverpool will take on Wolves at 11:30 a.m. On Sunday, Aston Villa plays Ipswich Town at 8 a.m., followed by Man United playing Tottenham at 10:30 a.m. You can catch all these matches and more at the McKinney's Irish Pub, your headquarters in Lincoln for English Premier League soccer at 8th and P.
Are you looking for affordable drinks and a great atmosphere this football season? Highball Bar has you covered. Whether it's pregame tailgating, postgame festivities, or in-game celebrations, Highball Bar is the place to be. With $4 beers, $4 mixed drinks, and more during their 4 to 8 p.m. daily happy hour, Highball Bar will quickly become your go-to place to sit back, unwind, and be your team's #1 fan. Highball Bar, located in downtown Lincoln, just 3 blocks from Memorial Stadium at 122 North 11th Street.
Have you ever gotten a car deal so good that you can brag about for decades? This is that deal. The government has given us a $4,000 in instant credit on vehicles already at the historically lowest prices. Cars that were over $50,000 just 2 years ago are now selling below $20,000. See the deals here and drive away the car of your dreams at a price you never thought possible. Go to 4000off.com, 400off.com to learn more.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best boxing on Saturday, October 5th with Roughnecks at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 8 bouts are scheduled for the night, including the main event of Dwayne Johnson and Jack Lawless Frericks in the professional middleweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine and light winds. An afternoon high expected around 84. Tonight, mostly clear skies with calm winds, a low around 57. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return, and so do light winds. We'll see an afternoon high around 87. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome into the locker room, the most sacred of spaces in sports. talking you through the behind-the-scenes conversations that happen behind closed doors with former Nebraska football tight end Chancellor Brewington.
Chancellor Brewington, the 6-year senior tight end, finding his way into the end zone.
And former South Dakota State running back and Nebraska football assistant Mikey Daniel.
Hand off to Daniel inside the 2 to the 1, and he powers his way into the end zone for a South Dakota State touchdown.
This is The Locker Room, brought to you by Pep Foundation Repair. Here are your hosts, Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel.
Second hour of our special locker room here on 93.7 the Ticket. It's special every day, but special today because there's 2 hours of it. So we'll continue it rolling with Chancellor Brewington here on 93.7 the Ticket.
We are back with 93.7 the Ticket. The locker room. The locker room. I'm Chancellor Brewington, former Nebraska tight end. Over to the left was Mikey Daniels, but he just left. We're in hour 2 of the locker room. We were just wrapping up, and we're talking about some top 25 opponents this week. Top 25 games this week. I want to touch on some of the Big Ten ones we did not touch on. And I got a sleeper close game. I won't say it's going to be a blowout, Bach, but I have a sleeper pick that I think is going to be a really tight game. And I have the Minnesota-Michigan game.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
They got a 10.5 spread. I think it's going to be a 1-score game. I do not think this Michigan team is very good. I mean, you got Mullins, the running back. He's doing a great job running the ball. You know, he's kind of taken the number 1 role there over Donovan Edwards. My goodness, Donovan Edwards. Me and Mikey have talked about, like, you know, where's Donovan Edwards? Well, Mullins, so far he's at 53 carries, 429 yards, and 4 touchdowns in just 4 games. So I believe that this Minnesota team might shock us. You know, PJ Fleck rowing the boat. I mean, they might row this boat to a 3-score game. Another one I want to touch on, and what do you agree with that, Bach, or what you thinking on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think Michigan could be able to grind it out. Like you said, they do. I mean, only had 60 yards passing last week, so there could be an opportunity. Minnesota just, you know, kind of got destroyed. I wouldn't say destroyed, but beat by a fairly good margin against Iowa, who did the similar thing. I don't think they had more than 60 yards passing either. So that's why I think Michigan's probably getting favored here. I like it because I do like to row the boat myself, but I think Michigan, I disagree. I think Michigan get a comfortable win.
There you go. So we got Maryland, Indiana too. So Indiana, I would assume if Indiana gets this game, and Indiana's a 7-point favorite, if they get this game, they beat Maryland, I believe they will be a top 25 team. And so then Nebraska will get an opportunity the following week after Purdue to play another ranked opponent. And, you know, we talked about, you know, if Nebraska beats Purdue, are they back in the top 25? I don't believe so, just because, you know, Indiana's going to get in there. You got a few other teams on the brink of it. You know, what if K-State beats Oklahoma State? They'll get back into the top 25, all that good stuff. So I think I got Indiana. This will be a good test for Indiana. You know, they haven't played, you know, I would say formidable opponents. They play FIU, beat them 31-7. You know, Western Illinois put up a 77 ball on them, Bach, and UCLA 42 points. And UCLA is not very good. And then you got Charlotte scoring 52 points. So this seems like a high-powered offense. I would assume that, you know, Indiana gets this done against Maryland. It is at Indiana. Oh, they got 2 back-to-back home games. Okay, they got Maryland at home, and then Nebraska comes over to Indiana for, I believe it might be a night game. So yeah, I got Indiana. I think they're throwing the ball. You got Edwards Jr. Or no, you got who's Indiana's quarterback? Let me see real quick, because I believe he's the top. He might be the top thrower in the Big Ten right now. I think he's top 2. You got Curtis Rourke.
Yeah.
Curtis Rourke. I know he's in the top 5 or top 3. I know Dylan Riley is the number 4 quarterback, and we'll talk on that. Number 4 quarterback in passing yards in the Big Ten. I believe Rourke is either 1 or 2. And I believe Dylan Gabriel, I believe, is 4. So, I mean, a talented offense. They're moving the ball efficiently, and that's one thing you want to see moving into Big Ten play. How well are you moving the football? It seems like they're holding their opponents around, 14 to 18 points. And that's what you want to see. We talked about Nebraska, Purdue. I think this is a great opportunity for Nebraska. Great opportunity for Dylan Raiola on the road. Great opportunity for Nebraska to show they can run the football and defend the run. USC, Wisconsin. Wisconsin lost their quarterback. They're going through some trials right now. They got whooped against Bama, and now coming off of a bye week, I believe. Now it's time to see, and it's so funny. You get a bye week after Bama. That's divine right there. That is divinely scheduled, because you're gonna need that rest after playing Bama. You got USC, a 15-point favorite. I think that's about right. How can USC bounce back after a loss? What type of team is this? Is this a consistent team? Is 13 in the nation accurate for this USC team? Is Miller Moss going to continue to play at a high level? Is he able to spread the ball out? This Wisconsin team, I wouldn't say they have the best defense. They're averaging, around, like, with the Alabama loss, they're averaging around 24 points giving up on defense. I think SC pulls out in a comfortable fashion. They might even cover the spread and more. This USC team, just because it's high-powered offense. You got Zachariah Branch, all these receivers that Miller Moss can go to. Really high-powered offense. Ohio State, Michigan State. You got this at Michigan State, 5 p.m. This is Michigan State Super Bowl. This is the big guy. This is the big one. Michigan State has struggled on offense. They've really struggled. Their quarterback, although he's thrown for almost 900 yards, 4 touchdowns, he's thrown 7 picks. 7 picks. So just alone, he's turned the ball over 7 times. A lot of those came in I believe it was the Maryland game, in which they won. But I don't know. This Michigan State team is, they just lost to Boston College in a tight one. And Boston College, I don't think they're that bad. I don't think they're that good either. This Ohio State team is interesting. A lot of people are saying this is the front runner for the Big Ten. Some people are saying they need to see them play someone. They beat Akron 52-6 to start off the year. Western Michigan 56-0. Marshall 49-14. Michigan State will be their best test so far, to see, okay, where is this offensive at? Because quarterback wise, I don't know where Will Howard is against a decent defense. I'll say Michigan State has a decent defense, the best that they've seen thus far. And then, you go to Michigan State, you see where you're at, and then you go to Iowa. And Iowa's an interesting team. You always have these Iowa teams that, don't really move the football. But my goodness, do they play such sound football on the defensive end. And even on the offensive end, they don't really turn the ball over much. They run the football, milk the clock. Time possession is a huge thing for them. But they always play sound defense. And gap integrity, perfect. If it's quarters, everyone is doing their job. They tackle, they run to the football well, they contain well. They do everything well on defense, except for when they played Nebraska home 2022. Just a little shout out there. You know what I'm saying? We got that trophy. But we got to get that trophy back, by the way. But, if you're looking at Ohio State's schedule, you got Michigan State, and then you got Iowa, and then you got Oregon, and then you got Nebraska, and then you got Penn State. I mean, that four game stretch right there, that's a bruiser. You got Iowa, Oregon, Nebraska, Penn State. Do one of those. I mean, the question is, do they drop one of those? Do they drop a game against Oregon? Do they drop a game against Nebraska? Do they drop a game against Penn State? Do they drop a game against Iowa? Because, to finish off the year, they do have Indiana and Michigan. So, this Ohio State team could drop some games, just depending on where this offense is and how effectively can they move the football. Because when you look at the Ohio State teams that have been most effective, you've seen the explosive offenses. They can go down and score in 2 minutes. They can run the football, of course, but you think of like the Justin Fields, the JT Barretts, the who's the last why am I blanking? CJ Stroud. These guys can go down and really drive the football. And they, receiver you. They have this young guy. Ohio State does, true freshman by the name of Jeremiah Smith. Fantastic athlete. Some people say could be better than Marvin Harrison Jr. Some people say Chris Olave. Some people say, Curtis Samuel. Whoever it is, you got a young talent there. You got to get him the football in space, make some things happen. Next game in the Big Ten, I want to talk about this a little bit more. The Illinois-Penn State game. You got two undefeated teams, both ranked opponents. It's at Penn State. And I believe it has to be a night game. It has to, 5:30. This is going to be in rocking atmosphere. I cannot wait to watch this. Is Altmaier who he is? Because thus far, we've seen him, already 10 touchdowns in 4 games, almost thrown for 900 yards. Altmaier showed I would say what he showed against Nebraska is he's poised. He makes good decisions. He can use his feet, and he's synchronized with the OC. The OC is calling things within his wheelhouse. He's getting him outside the pocket. One thing about Altmaier, he loves to throw outside the pocket. I think that's an agreement between him and the OC, is that's where he's most comfortable. Well, Penn State has a good D-line. They have a good front seven. They have a good back end. They're a really good football team. Penn State has been, I would say, pretty dominant. West Virginia, 34-12. Bowling Green, this game was close. They had a bounce back game against Kansas State. Bowling Green was 34-27. And so when you look at this team, quarterback wise, you got Drew Aller. I'm not super familiar with him, but just looking at the stats, 70% completion rate. Looks like he's holding on to the football, only 1 interception. The one thing about Illinois' defense is they've been very effective getting takeaways. We saw it against Nebraska with that 1 takeaway in the end zone. I still am conflicted, y'all. I'm still conflicted. I think maybe it wasn't enough evidence to overturn it. The Isaiah Nayer and the Illinois DB fighting for that in the end zone. I don't think Penn State covers a spread. I think that's disrespectful. That's super disrespectful. A 20-point spread for Penn State. I'm seeing it on ESPN at 19.5. I'll round up to 20. I think that's completely disrespectful. I don't think they cover that by no means. I think this might be a 3-point game, to be honest with you, or Illinois. I'll say it's a Penn State 10-point game, 10-point lead, 10-point win, or it's Illinois beats them by three points. I'll go there. Those are my two twos. Oregon and UCLA. Dylan Gabriel's playing good football. I just not really high on this UCLA team at all. You got a 25-point spread. I think Oregon probably puts, 40 or 50 on these boys. Dylan Gabriel throws for 300, 400 yards. And UCLA I believe it's probably going to be like a 52-14 game. And I'm just not really high on UCLA, and I'll continue to say I saw it from the media days. When he went up there and said, we're the team in Southern California right by USC. That's all I need to know. But looking at these Big Ten teams, so far we have Michigan in the top 25. I think Indiana, after this week, they get in the top 25. I think Nebraska, after we beat Purdue, will be just outside top 25. I think we'll be probably around the 28 to 29 mark. If we break it, cool. That would be awesome. USC will beat Wisconsin. I think they'll drop a little bit in a good way. I think they'll get down to maybe 10. And if Illinois beats Penn State, I think it will be a kind of flip. Illinois is at 19. Penn State is at 9. I think Illinois could possibly drop to the 10 mark. And Penn State could bump up maybe to the 15 mark or to the. Illinois is a formidable opponent, so I would say Penn State could possibly jump up to the 13 mark, and then Oregon beat UCLA. I wouldn't say it's much of a jump because UCLA doesn't really have much power points. But those are my picks for the Big Ten coming up. Got a game tonight, Washington Rutgers. I'm excited to see it.
Sorry, Mike didn't get to turn on there. Absolutely, though. Beautiful week of Big Ten football. Still getting used to some of those names you're throwing out there and thinking, right. Oh, yeah, that's a Big Ten game. But, yeah, that is indeed. And so many good games. I mean, college football, Esme as we've maybe complained about conference expansion and stuff like that, it is, a lot of brand names going at it every week here. All right, let's take a quick break in the locker room. We'll have more coming up after the break.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we are out of the gate for September with a very special GMC sales offer. We must move out all new GMC truck inventory fast. So right now at Koppel, we are offering true GM supplier pricing for everyone. Yes, you heard right. True GM supplier pricing on all GMC Sierras. That's over $12,000 off on select models. That's GM supplier pricing, $12,000 off on Sierras. Do not wait. Stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Landmark Implement helps you put dirt in its place with increased accuracy and greater speed thanks to the John Deere Smart Grade. This fully integrated 3D grade control system boosts job site productivity and reduces labor costs with fewer passes and less wasted material, meaning more bids won and higher margins. No masts, no cables, just clear views of the job site. Visit your local Landmark Implement today and discover the profit-boosting power of the Smart Grade and experience the Landmark difference.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $437 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004120, $437 per month, lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 5,500 dual signing, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 9/30/2024. See dealer for details.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping, thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Kreekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
The Nebraska Dental Foundation is holding a free Veterans Mission of Mercy Dental Clinic November 15th and 16th in Utah, Nebraska. Dental services are available at no cost for veterans and their spouses. Visit veterans.nebraska.gov/dental clinic to learn more and register for free dental services. Appointments are limited and filling fast, so hurry to veterans.nebraska.gov/dental clinic to register for this free event. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel. Brought to you by App Foundation Repair on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
So, yes, we are back here in the locker room on 93.7 The Ticket with Chancellor Brewington. Mikey Daniel was in with us for the first hour. If you missed that, you can head to theticketfm.com as soon as we get the podcast up and check that out, or check it out on any of our streams, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. But we still have Chancellor in here for segment number 5, Chancellor.
Segment number 5. I mean, usually we go an hour, but we're going 2. And guess what? We got enough content for 4 hours, Bob.
There you go.
We can go.
That's
We
right.
can go 6 hours. Bring it on. Bring it on. I'll do a 24-hour stream.
On the block and old school, can take the day off.
I'll do a 24-hour stream. Starting from early bake, I'll end it with Harrison on the weeknights. But I'm just kidding. No, don't take that seriously, DP. I want to talk a little bit about. There's a controversy going on, and me and Bach were talking about it off air. There's a controversy going on with, can Travis Hunter do both at the next level? And even, I mean, NFL guys are chiming in on it. You know, Richard Sherman chimed in on it. Travis Hunter even added Richard Sherman and said, let me play football, stop talking about me. Deion Sanders then linked both Richard Sherman and Travis Hunter up, and they had a mutual understanding and came to agreement, and apologies were, I'm sure, were said. When I look at Travis Hunter, I might say something that offends Travis Hunter fans, although I'm a fan of Travis Hunter. I would say a supporter of what he's doing, and yeah, I'm a fan. I'm just amazed by his talent and his skill set and his genetic. He's just a genetic freak that you just can't create by working out and running routes and training. It's just something that was God-given by his creator. So when I look at this Travis Hunter dilemma, not even dilemma, argument of, can he play at the next level? Is he capable of doing this? A receiver playing cornerback at this level in college. I want to touch on this. And then, can he do it at the next level? I believe I have an answer. I believe I'm right. That's the only reason why I would come on here and say it. But I want to start with why he's able to do this at this level. First of all, he's a genetic freak. You can't create what he's doing by work ethic, by what, like, you just can't. His body's able to regenerate at a crazy rate. I'm sure he takes care of his body well. I'm not sure if he eats well. I don't know exactly, but I'm sure he takes care of his body. So he's able to do that from a recovery standpoint, but from a pure skill standpoint, it takes a certain type of body type. It takes a certain type of, I would say, mass structure, skeletal structure, literally, to be able to play both. If you're too heavy, that would factor into the conditioning standpoint. If you're, I would say too short. That would factor in. So, he's sitting around, I believe he's like 6 foot, 6'1", around like 180, 185 pounds. Maybe even less than that, 175. So he's around that margin. So that's like the perfect body in the college scenario to play both ways. Okay. He's able to do this, and he's able to do it. First of all, I mean, he's been given this opportunity from day one to do this. So this has not been a thing where, he proved it and then he got a chance to do it. No, this was set in stone because, he's playing for Coach Prime and they have a fantastic relationship and he has the skill set to do so. Like, I'm not discrediting him in any way. This dude is a genetic freak. And if you were to ask, 100 football players, pull them out of their, colleges and say, hey, you have to play both ways, maybe only a couple percent would be able to do it, right? So I'm giving total props to him, but I will also say I don't think the standard in which he's playing at I don't know if it's possible to be withheld in the NFL, because when you look at the NFL, you would have to pick a role and sprinkle in the other position. So you would have to either pick, I think the only way you could do it is you pick being a cornerback, right? You're a cornerback that plays a little bit of receiver, that has some packages on receiver. But then it gets into the question where, and in my head, I'm thinking about how the game has evolved. And we talk about Charles Woodson, him doing it, but him not doing it with, like, he wasn't a receiver. I don't believe he was a receiver in the NFL. I think you got Dion, he had some receiver stuff. Maybe that's where the encouragement is coming from, and maybe the optimism of Travis Hunter possibly doing this. But you would have to, in my eyes, and I don't know everything, but I would assume that I'm correct here, is that you would have to play cornerback. You'd have to be a starting cornerback in the NFL. And that would take, and I think he's a little undersized at corner. I think he's a little undersized. He would have to put on a couple more pounds. He would have to, you just look at the corners playing in the league right now. Even Derek Stingley, like these guys are, above 6'1", 6'2", above 200 pounds. Like, these are grown men, right? So I think the weight, you would have to put on some weight if you're Travis Hunter. And you would have to start at corner. Now, the weight, does that factor into maybe the conditioning and into the rep mount and all this different stuff? And obviously you wouldn't be able to do this for a long period of time, right? So I think you start at cornerback. If this would ever happen, you would have to start at cornerback and you would sprinkle in some receiver stuff. It is very, it's the probability of him playing receiver and cornerback starting at both positions at the same time is, you would have to beat out an NFL caliber cornerback, starting cornerback. You'd have to beat out, a Jalen Ramsey, like those type of guys, right? Derek Stingley, those type of guys. Byron Murphy. I think about Byron Murphy with the Vikings, right? Grew up in my hometown. Byron Murphy with the Vikings. Can Travis Hunter, as a freshman, go out and beat Byron Murphy, right? And then on the flip side, go and beat, who's a receiver with the not KJ Osborne. He's not still there, is he? Do we have a receiver with the or not Justin Jefferson? But on whoever is on the other side of Justin Jefferson, Travis Hunter would have to beat him out at the same time. So I just want people to realistically think about this. And obviously this is a very unique situation, but I think the expectation is that he will be maybe a special teams guy, maybe a kick returner, maybe a punt returner, maybe have a package in. Did you get me, Bach?
Maybe Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison.
Yeah.
Perfect. USC Blinkenkoff Award winner, right? Or when he was at Pitt. Blinkenkoff award winner. Multiple, I think he had a 2,000-yard season at Pitt. Absolute phenomenal talent. So imagine this. He would have to beat out Byron Murphy, who's already established himself in the league, approaching, I believe, year 6, year 7 next year. And he'll at the same time beat out Jordan Addison. Is that realistic? These are two guys that are specialized in their craft. Now, Jordan Addison has a unique skill set. He runs routes crisp, right? He's a route runner. He has great hands, able to high point. He's dependable. He has speed. He stretches the field. And so when you look at Travis Hunter, it's like, okay, as a receiver, what do you add? Okay, he has phenomenal hands, phenomenal eye tracking, able to high point the football like nobody's business. But those three things I think everyone can do, right? I think that the things that scouts and I think things that what separates you in the NFL, you know, no pun intended, but it's separation, literally a separation. You have to separate at an elite level, and that comes through route running. That comes through literally route running. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, if you're a receiver, you gotta learn how to run routes at an elite high level to be a starter in the NFL. So I just kind of want to like talk about that a little bit. Although I'll say this Colorado team is interesting. You got Shador Sanders playing at an elite level, and I would propose something, and I saw this somewhere, and I'd like to talk about it. If Carson Beck was on this Colorado Buff team, and Shador Sanders was on that Georgia team, would Carson Beck, be 3-1? No, he would not. He would not. And if Shador Sanders was on a Georgia team, they would, oh my gosh. They would, this Georgia Bama game wouldn't be close. I mean, you would have probably one of the best, Georgia offenses in a while, right? Just high explosive, whatever. Like, this is the type of talent that Shador provides to this Colorado team. And so for people, I understand the negative, not even negative. I understand the exposure and the criticism that comes to Shador's way. The antics, I would say, the flashing the watch, the talking on the sideline, the whatever you want to call it. Maybe you say he's too confident, too cocky. I love it, to be honest. I love it. I would love to play with a guy like that, to be honest with you. That's just my personal preference. So everyone has their personal preference. But what you cannot deny is this kid is a generational talent. He has a generational arm. If you see, I would love to see, they do this test at the combine. They throw a football into like a tarp, and they have a radar, and they test the miles per hour. And usually, if a guy gets, in the 60s to 7, like low 70 range, high 60 range, like he's throwing the piss out the ball, right? So I would love to see where Shador is on that, because I think he has a unique velocity. I've seen him make throws, back foot. You see the Baylor game, one of the best games of the year. One of the best games of the year. Baylor game, he's rolling out to the left, about to fall over, throws a 40, 50-yard bomb in the end zone. I believe it's Stewart or whoever the Lejante, he catches it for a touchdown. But there's these throws that Shador makes that when I look across the college football realm, I don't think Dylan can make those type of throws arm power wise. I have to just see a little bit more arm power out of Dylan. I think that will evolve as he gets older too. And he comes into his body. Cam Ward, I think he can maybe make some of those throws, maybe. But the velocity and the zip, I don't think anyone in college football has the same arm power. I think I'll say this: the quarterback, the young guy Nico out of Tennessee, I'm really high on him. I think he'll be a top 3 quarterback here soon. Okay, we got Quinn Ewers. I forgot about him, but still, the some of the throws that Shador Sanders can make, only he can make these. And I would compare him to kind of like as I look back on the quarterbacks of the past of college football, just arm wise, his arm angle it's super over the top. You talk about like a pitcher throwing like real over the top. He's not one of them guys who throw, has a bunch of these arm angles, super over the top, super vertical in his approach to throwing. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I like CJ Stroud. I think someone with a little bit more arm power. I'm thinking like of kind of how Josh Allen was, but that's even disrespectful in itself. So I'll be excited to see what Shador does moving forward in this Colorado atmosphere. Can they eventually, get some things done? They beat Baylor on the road, or was it a home game? It was a home game, I believe, right, Bach?
Yeah, I think so.
It was a home game. Yeah, so it'll be fun to see what they got going on. Looking at some of these other top 25 games, You got Miami and Virginia Tech. I love the way Cam Ward is playing. I want to see like his halfway numbers, and I think he's gonna be a top 3 Heisman candidate. There's an offense that I would love to talk more about on here is the Missouri. They have a fantastic offense. I mean, a high-powered offense from head to toe. Their running back is one of the most explosive running backs I've seen. Man, shout out to Tyler Shuck with Louisville. That was my high school quarterback. We grew up playing baseball together. Grew up, playing at each other's houses, all this stuff. And now Louisville is top 15 team. He started off at Oregon. He got hurt at Oregon, transferred to Texas Tech, broke his leg there. He went collarbone at Oregon, broke his leg and collarbone again at Texas Tech, and now he's back at Louisville balling. Had a great game against Georgia Tech, so I'm excited to see what's going on there. This A&M Arkansas game, A&M's favored, -6. I would see that this is going to be a tight game. And then the Texas game, Mississippi, we talked about, okay, Arch Manning goes in and has a good game. What do you do if you're Texas? I think you stick with Quinn Ewers when he comes back, but it will be interesting to see how Arch Manning responds to playing, an SEC opponent. Even though Mississippi State, is 1-3, 0-1 in the SEC. I think they'll have a better understanding and a better idea of what they're dealing with Arch Manning. You got Iowa State at Houston. Iowa State's always that team that is kind of always in, the top 30, top 35 of the nation. And of course we got this Bama Georgia game. And Milroe's an interesting guy. Milroe, and I would compare the arm wise. I think Milroe has more juice. I won't say a little bit, has more juice than Shador, but they do arm wise, they have similar traits. But I think Shador, as an overall football player, I don't think IQ wise is even close. I think Shador Sanders is one of the most well thought out guys, and if he sees an opening in the defense, he's going to carve it up every time.
There you go. A little bit of college football weekend breakdown as well as looking ahead to the NFL draft with some of the top prospects. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back to wrap things up here on the Locker Room on 93.7 The Ticket.
.3.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine and light winds. An afternoon high expected around 84. Tonight, mostly clear skies with calm winds, a low around 57. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return, and so do light winds. We'll see an afternoon high around 87. I'm meteorologist Kyle Buck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call Liberty Law at 877-42-LIBERTY. Advocates you need, trial attorneys you can trust. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
It seems everyone is online these days, including our kids. I'm Tim Royers, a parent, a teacher, and president of the Nebraska State Education Association. As parents, it's up to us to keep our kids safe online. Stress the importance of privacy. Remind your kids never to share personal information, and that not everyone online is trustworthy. Monitor their online activity, and let's make sure our kids stay safe in our digital world.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I was noticing on your website you have more than 150 new 2024 and 2025 Hondas in stock right now.
Yes, we do, Charlie. It's neat when you drive by and see all the cars on our lot, and we have most all models and all different colors available, and we even have more than hundreds on the way. We also have the all-new, all-electric 2024 Honda Prologue in stock right now. We have a few of them to choose from. Plus, qualified buyers get financing from just 1.9% APR.
How about your pre-owned selection?
I talked to a lot of my customers and friends, and they still think that we just sell brand new Hondas, but we sell all different models, make of pre-owned cars, and we have more than 100 to choose from right now.
Well, maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Hey, it's Jake Sorensen. Join us this Tuesday, October 1st from 6 to 8 a.m. when the break meets the bird. That's right, early break at Early Bird, 19th and K from 6 to 8 a.m. Stop by, see myself, Steve Sipple, and Bill Bush for live remote and the best breakfast in town with free parking. Early Bird, 19th and K on Tuesday, October 1st. We'll see you there.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel. Brought to you by Ep Foundation Repair on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Extra special edition of The Locker Room today as we are going on the finale segment here of 2-hour program on The Locker Room. Chancellor, what do we got for the final few minutes?
Lastly, to check out, I'm Chancellor Brewington. Last segment on the 2-hour special of The Locker Room. I want to talk about the top 5 passing leaders in the Big Ten. And there's a familiar face, familiar name in there sitting at number 4. First, we got Billy Edwards with 1,155 yards. Will Rogers with 1,048. Ruark with 1,013. Dylan Raiola, 967. Dylan Gabriel, 914. When you look at this, it shows me a few things. It shows me that Nebraska is passing the ball efficiently, obviously, right? Obviously. The hope in this offense, or I would say the hope that this offense gives me particularly, is so exciting. We have and me and Mikey talked about it. I predict there's gonna be a 4th and 3 in between the 40s, or maybe approaching the 30-yard line, where Coach Rule is gonna have an opportunity to either go with the young kicker hole, or we're gonna go with number 15 and putting it in his hands. And I think putting it in his hands is the right thing to do. I think he's playing at a extremely high level, continuing to trust him and continuing to put him in situations that fit him best. When I talk about situations that fit him best, I mean like the Lindemeyer throw that everyone has been talking about this week. And I know we've moved on, but I just want to touch on it real quick. Is if that play is I would say it's putting the game in Lindemeyer's hands. That's not putting the game in Dylan's hands. Although, Dylan, has to make that throw, yada, yada, yada. We understand that. But I think putting him in a environment, or in a play call, in those type of situations where the decision making and the ball is truly in Dylan Rawler's hands, where there's a well thought out play where there's a progression here, and Dylan gets to make a choice. If all comes to the worst, right, he can scramble with his legs and get something done. I think that's what it means to put the ball in 15 hands. And Mikey mentioned it. I gave him the scenario that, we're on the 35-yard line, or 36-yard line, 37-yard line, fourth and 3.5, 4th and 4, first drive of the game. What is Rule going to call? Is he gonna go for the field goal, or do you go for it? And he said, put it in 15 hands. And I think that's very different than most people would think. They would think, you got to run the football, or you got to do this. I think when we get in these 4th and mid situations, or I think when we get in these 3rd and mid situations, I think it then goes to a think 2 situation. And think 2 simply just means that you're thinking 2 down. So you're thinking, okay, 3rd down, if we get 2 yards, it would be a 4th and 2, or a 4th and 3. That's what it means to think 2 down. So I think moving forward, I think how Dylan Raiola responds to this road environment, how he responds to maybe having lesser attempts this game, throwing the ball, it's going to show how efficient he is, how effective he is in the play calls and the schemes that they run. Whether it's, a lot of play action, shots, not as much dinking and dunking. We're going to replace that with the run game, because Purdue has allowed other teams to run the ball for over 300 yards 2 weeks in a row. Notre Dame ran the ball for 300 yards, and Oregon State ran the ball for 300 yards using their quarterback, using receivers, using 2 different running backs. 2 different running backs for Oregon State ran for over 100 yards. You had a receiver catch passes, quote unquote. There were jet sweeps, there were forward passes, but you had guys exploding everywhere on this Oregon State team. Now moving forward, how can Nebraska replicate that? I don't think it comes down to how effectively Dylan plays. I think this is strictly on how the O-line plays, how the running backs touches are distributed, because that's been a huge question mark for us at the locker room, and for people across the state and Nebraska fans across the nation, is if Dante is our back, who's going to be our second back? Who's going to get the other workload? I've always suggested, and I'll continue to suggest it, that Dante gets the first drive. Who's our other back? Dante
Ramir.
Emmett gets the second drive, and when Dante gets tired on the first drive, or when Dante gets tired, we put Ramir in, and when Emmett gets tired, we put Ramir in. And then you always have Ramir for 3rd down stuff. You always have Ramir for any type of special plays where Ramir just gets a drive, right? And where you want to throw the ball a little bit more, Ramir comes in for 2-minute drill, because he's our best pass catcher. I would say he's our best, one of our best just IQ wise and physicality wise. He's one of our best pass blockers. So he can pick up blitz. He can ID a blitz because he's played football so much. Emmett and Ramir are these like lightning in a bottle, right? Dante, we talked about, is a guy who needs carries to get going. He's a bruiser. He's a bruiser in all categories. He's gonna run you over. He's gonna try to do this, try to do that, and he's gonna break defenses down. But Emmett is a guy who can. Emmett and Ramir are these speed backs who can make people miss. Not saying Dante don't have speed, but that's what Ramir is. You saw it against Colorado. A lot of things got called back. We saw him in the passing game in Colorado. I think back to all the way to 2021 where he catches a touchdown against Michigan and puts us, a tie game there, 14-14. Like he's been doing these things for so long. That's why he's so reliable. But tomorrow's going to be the free Emmett Johnson day. I think Emmett Johnson, Emmett Johnson has a legacy game. They put him, he was the picture of the I don't even know, the game day picture of Nebraska versus Purdue. Nebraska posted Emmett Johnson. Man, I would love to see him get some touches because I think he might be the missing link to taking this offense to the next level. Because you when you want to go to the next level, you have to identify what you already have. And I think that goes for life. That goes for football, especially. You have to recognize, okay, what's here, what's in my reach right now, what's on the inside of me, what's the things I'm just looking over. And I think the thing that we're looking over with this offense particularly is Emmett Johnson. So I need to get him at least 8 to 10 carries, at least 8 to 10. And I'm sure he'll get above the 70-yard mark.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of big play ability, and I think Purdue gives up a lot of big plays. Him and Ja'Cory Barney, I'd look out for on those end arounds to have a big performance tomorrow. That'll wrap it up for the locker room, though, today with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniels. Special 2-hour episode of the locker room. If you missed any of it, again, head to theticketfm.com. We'll have it podcasted on there shortly, or you can head to YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch to check out the episode in its entirety as well. Locker room will be back next week. On the Block, we'll be back next here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping. Thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Kreekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Landmark Implement helps you put dirt in its place with increased accuracy and greater speed thanks to the John Deere Smart Grade. This fully integrated 3D grade control system boosts job site productivity and reduces labor costs with fewer passes and less wasted material, meaning more bids won and higher margins. No masts, no cables, just clear views of the job site. Visit your local Landmark Implement today and discover the profit-boosting power of the Smart Grade and experience the Landmark difference.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $437 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004120, $437 per month lease for